Welcome back, folks. Friday closed out the season for SportsFource Extra, and all that's left is Siouxland teams competing in the state semifinals and state championships. So let's take a look back one final time at the last football SportsFource Rewind.
We'll pick up the playoff edition of the Rewind with one of the craziest endings. West Lyon at Spirit Lake with a trip to the Unidome on the line. Under a minute to go, Spirit Lake's Caden Lunt launches one for the ages, going deep to Ethan Stecker. He stays in bounds, sheds the defender, and is in for the go-ahead touchdown. Spirit Lake wins 20-19, going to the Dome for the first time since 2015. Over to South Dakota, Yankton strikes first as Lucas Kampsoff places this one right into the hands of Matthew Sheldon, who outruns the defender for the touchdown. And Yankton is going to the state championship game with a 33-25 win. Now to Nebraska, snap is wild. Stanton Mustangs are on it. Becker Pullman scoops it up, and there's no one home to stop him. The Mustangs are undefeated, heading to the D1 semifinals. And closing it out at Woodbury Central, Drew Klunder takes this one through the air, connecting with Eric McGill in the corner of the end zone. The 35-0 shutout win advances the Wildcats to the Unidome. And that is your SportsFource Rewind.